I'm going to tell you the top things to keep in mind as a beginner in product management. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. My name is Alex. If you want to know about product management and business, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Of course, smash the like button if you like this type of content and you want to see more of it. All right, let's get going. These are going to be the top things to keep in mind for beginners of product management, if you're new in product management. Tip number one, and I've said this before, I'm going to continue saying it over and over and over. When in doubt, focus on the user. Think about the user. If you're coming into a new product, you're thinking about how to improve it, what you should design, why you should design it, what improvements you should make, what you should focus your time on, or any one of these questions about businesses or products, the first thing you should always think about, when in doubt, think about the user. Who's the user here? What is their journey like? What do they want? What are they trying to achieve? What problem do they have? How are they looking to solve that problem with your product ideally? And let that be the guide. When in doubt, focus on the user. I say this in every second video, but that doesn't make it less true. Always think about the user. Try to look at it from the user's perspective. Imagine you are that person that has that problem. How would you use this product to solve that? Or what other issues might you face? What other concerns might you have? What other questions might you have? How might you go about it? Imagine you are the user and act accordingly. Number two is related to this. Make sure you've actually launched your product. Make sure you actually used your product before you try to improve it, before you try to build it, before you try to expand on it, before you try to break something down, understand what the problems may be, make new goals, whatever it is. Make sure you've actually used the product. Make sure you've actually run through the entire user journey of discovering the product, starting to use it, engaging with it a little bit more, trying the different use cases, different scenarios of different things you might be trying to accomplish with the product. Try it in different surfaces if it's available on the browser and an app. Try it in different devices. Try it in different situations. Try different entrances into the product, different use cases inside the product. Imagine you are different types of users and go through the products and see if you look at it differently. See if you're someone who doesn't want to pay anything for the product versus someone where money is not a concern, for instance. How do these different user groups interact with the product? So make sure you've used the product, you understand what it looks like, what it feels like, and you actually have first-hand experience with the product. You've used it yourself, so you understand it. You haven't just read about it or heard about it. You've actually interacted with it, different services, and you know what it's like. Number three, when confused, start a doc and write about it. If you're in Chrome, hit New tab, type in doc.new, and start typing. The first thing you want to put in there is right at the top, what problem are you having? Why are you confused? What's the issue? Just start typing. I am confused about this and that. I don't understand why we need to focus on that. I don't understand how this feature works. I don't understand how these product teams work together. Just put that sentence down and start working from it. Try to disassemble it. Try to make progress within it. Write out some potential paths to how you can actually make some progress on figuring out whatever that is that you're confused about. Ambiguity, unfortunately, is a very real and big piece of product management. You're constantly stuck in ambiguity. A lot of the stuff doesn't make sense. You're comparing apples to oranges a lot of the time. There's unclear priorities. You don't know which direction to take. I actually have a separate episode talking about ambiguity and how to deal with it as a product manager. Make sure to check that out. But for our purposes, the key aspect for beginner product managers is when you're confused, just start a doc and write out why you think you're confused, what the problem may be. And start to answer it with first principles, starting from first principles. What do you know to be true? Ask yourself who's involved. Who are the actors involved in this situation that I've just described? Why are they involved? What are they trying to do? What is their motivation? How can I influence them? Why should I influence them? What am I trying to get out of this? What's confusing? What doesn't make sense? Which part? Why? What is it made of? Do these individual parts make sense? Can I answer a part of this broader question or make some incremental progress on a piece of it? If so, write out the next steps and do it. The benefit of this approach is as you're going through this process of figuring things out, understanding what's what, you're actually building a document. And this document can be used as a path forward for other people that may be stuck, other team members that may be having similar questions, or just further disambiguation down the line for yourself or for others. So this is a great approach. You're sort of going through and figuring things out, but at the same time, you're actually building up documentation that will help you build a better product in the future or help your team members or yourself make better progress. These are some things to keep in mind as a beginner product manager. If you want to know a little bit more detail, find out the top 10 skills for a product manager, check out this video separately. Number 4 is get to the bottom of things yourself. Don't accept hearsay. Just because someone says, well, I've heard it from so-and-so and I saw this here and I think I've read that here, doesn't necessarily make it so. as a beginner product manager, I recommend that you actually get to the bottom of things, understand why things work the way they work in your feature or in your product, see it yourself, make sure that that's the case. A lot of the times, especially in bigger organizations, people will not get to the bottom of things. They will accept a half answer or an answer that looks like it might be the right one, just so that they can kind of move on and make some progress on the task or some perception of progress on a task. Don't accept that. If you're responsible for a project or product, see if you can get to the bottom of it and see if you can understand it yourself fully so that you can maybe explain it better to the team or stakeholders. Next one is to do both learning and doing. So you don't want to neglect either. As someone who's starting out in product management, you want to have parallel tracks. Number one, you're working, you have your project, your product, or your feature set, and you're making progress on them. But number two, you're also learning about product management. You're picking up new skills, you're picking up new ways to think about problems or to solve problems or to work together collaboratively, or new tool set or new ways to analyze data or whatever it is. But you're reading books, you're watching videos, you're learning, you're improving your product management acumen. And as you pick up the skills, try to take one thing from the learnings that you just made. Try to see if you can get one takeaway from there and put it to use in your work track. So simultaneously work and learn. Try not to neglect either, especially as a starting product manager. The reason for that is that working gives you fantastic experience, especially early on. This experience, you can't really get it anywhere else. But learning allows you to become more efficient. Sometimes it might even turn you around and reveal that you were heading either slightly orthogonally or the opposite way entirely. So think about it as sharpening your blade. Really, this applies to any trade where you're starting out, you want to pick up that experience, but also you want to continue learning, so you sharpen your blade and you become more and more efficient and effective. But especially in product management, that's important. Finally, try to be an agent for meaning. And what I mean by that is that you're trying to lead the group towards making decisions, towards thinking holistically about a set of features or product or a set of products or even a company and its mission. You're trying to enact meaningful change for the user. You're trying to get better decisions made, faster decisions, and you're trying to extract the true meaning out of whatever interaction you're having. If you're interacting with users, you're trying to understand what their problem is, what their motivation is. If you are going to a meeting to review the current progress of a certain project, you are trying to withdraw meaning from that meeting and you are helping others find the same. You want to try to ask for the agenda or set the agenda or help nudge people forward towards some sort of meaningful resolution. So a product manager should be an agent for meaning, an agent for moving things forward. Oh, and speaking of decisions, making decisions is an art and a science of its own. And I've got a separate video talking about how to make decisions as a product manager. Check it out. Let me know what you think. So hopefully you enjoyed some of these tips for a new product manager. Let me know if you put these to use. Let me know down in the comments if you have some other recommendations for new beginner product managers. And of course, smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, if you want to see more videos like this one. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the new videos. I've got a few playlists and a few videos that you might find interesting on the topic product management and business. Check it out here, there, maybe a little bit of here. I don't know where it's going to show up, but there's a lot of stuff to see, so please stick around. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.